Hello everyone, you have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel. My name is Ricky, and today I bring you a love reading. These readings are the most popular on this channel. They are the most requested. You love readings. So I bring you a love reading. And for this one, the question that we're asking is, what is next in love? And for this, I've brought out the four kings of the tarot. King of Swords, King of Pentacles, Wands, Cups. Now, if you are new to Pick-A Cards, each one of these kings is a group. I've included the timestamps in the description below for you to go to the group that calls to you the most. All you have to do is use your intuition to select the king that calls to you the most. So here we have group number one, the King of Swords. Here we have group number two, the King of Pentacles. Here we have group number three, the King of Wands. And here we have group number four, the King of Cups. Now, don't make your selection thinking that the king that you pick is going to have some kind of draw on the reading. It isn't. This is just aesthetically. What are you drawn to? Which one of these kings calls to you the most? So take a moment, make your selections, go down to the description, click on the timestamp so that you can be so that we can go ahead and get your reading started. Go ahead and take that moment now. Welcome, group number one. So you picked the King of Swords. What we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to zoom out and we are going to throw some tarot. And on this tarot reading, we're going to do a past, present, future spread because I really do want to pick up on what has happened with you in the past as it pertains to love, what is currently going on right now, and the future. So we're going to use tarot for that, and then we're going to throw some oracle cards towards the end to give us a little more insight. All right, so let's look at your past, shall we? Okay. All right, let's take a look at your present. Let's take a look at the future. Wow. Okay, I like this reading. All right, so there's a lot of good news to deliver here, okay? So stick with me until we get to the future because there's definitely a lot of good news. And for those of you that know how to read tarot, you know, you feel it, you see it, right? But we'll start with the past. So in the past, you've got the Prince of Pentacles, you've got the Queen of Swords, right? Now, what I'm feeling here is that you had someone who was truly special. You know, this Prince of Pentacles energy, someone who was of great value. Now, obviously, whenever we get a prince, we have someone who is just starting. This is an incomplete energy. Obviously, what you want is the King of Pentacles, hint, hint, future, right? So with the Prince of Pentacles, what we have is just a young person finding their bearings in life, trying to get ahead, trying to really just cement their knowledge, and someone who's really striving, right? And obviously, the fact that we've got this person showing up upright, we have someone who is detailed, we have someone who's dedicated, we have someone who's a hard worker. And when we look at the Queen of Swords, we also see an aspect potentially of you or them as well. This is an energy of someone who's very intelligent, knows exactly what they want, understands what is valuable in the world. But when you compare, you know, when you bring these energies together, even though they're both very beautiful, there's a bit of a mismatch, right? We have the immaturity that comes with being a prince, mixed with the very, high intelligence, maturity, high value energy that comes with the Queen of Swords. So there's a bit of a mismatch here. So even though there's incredible value with this person, with this prince, the queen kind of always outshines. And so I feel like that's what was going on, even though you had someone who in the past was of value, maybe they were very, very beautiful. Prince of Pentacles, I think, brings beauty. They bring an incredible amount of just value. This is a person that adds value to you. They don't take, they add. And I guess the biggest difference here is that you two were on completely different levels. You were a little more advanced mentally than they were. They were pretty much just kind of starting out. Maybe they were just, getting their bearings when it comes to jobs, career. Maybe they were a bit immature when it came to love. Maybe they were just intellectually just not there. Maybe they were just studying, they were just kind of getting ahead or trying to get ahead. And you were in a different place completely mentally and in just all areas. And so this brings us to the present moment. And boy, oh boy, you decided to watch this reading because honestly, you are going through a bit of a dark night of the soul here, right? You're going through a bit of chaos. We've got the Five of Pentacles. And, Five of Pentacles is the energy of someone who is really upset. This is someone who's mourning for essentially death. It could be that she's mourning because something has died. Could be that she's mourning because she feels like she made a mistake, something out of her control. Let's just take a look at this card for a moment here, right? We have someone who is crying over these 3 spilled cups. Now, there's still 2 cups remaining, right? If only she'd look back and see. But she doesn't even care about those 2 cups that are remaining. It's like she's just focused on the 3 that have spilled. And, let's be honest, 3 cups spilling and now only 2 remain. I mean, I'd be upset too, right? So the being upset is warranted. Potentially, you're upset because this energy in the past didn't work out and you really wanted it to. And you're unsure. You don't really know. And it's like, it's really eating away at you, right? Now, with the Five of Cups reversed, what we do have is an understanding that this energy is not going to be around for too long. It's like you're moving away from it. Some of you are giving too deeply into this as well. So there's 2 messages here. There's some of you that are easing your way out of it, and then there's others that are just really wallowing in this energy to the point where, the card came out reversed. And when we get this card reversed, not only have the 3 cups already spilled, but now the 2 cups that are back here have also spilled, right? We don't want that. We don't want that at all. We want to keep those 2 cups. Now, the second card, which is we're still talking about your present moment. My, oh my, reverse the world. I mean, this is the card of not being able to move into a new cycle, right? When you get the world reversed, very difficult to find a negative meaning to the world. Very, very difficult because it's the card of endings and beginnings. It's the card of moving away or ending a cycle, ending the hero's journey, the conclusion. Now, you want that conclusion to be victorious. You want that conclusion to be as as good as it can be, right? You don't want it to be bad. You don't want for things to not work out for you. But the problem is, with it being reversed, what we have here is you reaching the end of a journey and not making or acting in accordance with the ending of that journey and then staying stuck. You're still stuck in the same cycle, even though it's time to move on, but you're still kind of stuck there. So what we want is for the world to be upright, right? What we want is the ending and the beginning of something new, a new hero's journey. Let's flip these up just for aesthetics. So let's go ahead and talk about the future, huh? The future, I gotta say, looks really bright, okay? And I'm very happy, okay, because I hate delivering bad news, and it seems like that's what I've been getting a lot in readings lately, but boy, oh boy, is this good news. I'm so glad you picked this group. King of Pentacles, okay? So we have the conclusion of what started with the Prince of Pentacles in your past, which is someone very immature, reaching their full potential. So this is a great sign for those of you that are currently in a relationship right now and you're thinking marriage. You're thinking, hey, let's take this relationship to the next level, right? Because what you have essentially is someone just maturing. Now, for those of you that are not in a relationship, understand that someone is coming for you in the future. And I'm actually going to go ahead and ask the universe to give us a timeline for this. If this resonates for you, I'm going to ask the universe to give us a timeline month-wise and see if we can figure it out. But the King of Pentacles, I mean, my goodness, right? This is the king that knows where true value is. This is the king that understands what needs to happen in order to have an effective lifestyle. You know, this is the king that career-wise, they've got it together. They're very, very good with money. There's an incredible amount of value. You see his crown of gold. We also see his trumpet, which signals that whenever he speaks, people listen, because this is someone who's very knowledgeable and understanding. This is also the person that is very active, right? We also see a peacock feather here, and the peacock can be associated with a warlike element. And so what I mean by war, I mean it's someone who wages war and wins. This is a winner. This is someone who understands what needs to happen and when. And so, you know, definitely a very good conclusion to starting with that Prince of Pentacles, right? Dating little children, pretty much, to finding a king, right? And it's the king within the same element, the same kind of energy, the same kind of vibe that you really liked in this person back here. This king brings, but in a completely different element and setting. Right now we have someone who really means business. Like this person isn't just playing around with you. This person is here because, hey, I understand where true value in the world is, and I see that value in you, and let's make it happen. Let's have a baby, huh? Oh boy. So anyways, then we move on to the other card, which is the Hierophant. Whenever I see the Hierophant in a love reading, weddings, right? Big time weddings. What we have when we mix this with the King of Pentacles, what we have is someone who values tradition. They're creators of traditions, right? And that's one thing that you really want in a relationship. You want for someone who creates certain kinds of traditions, traditions that transcend the physical. It's almost spiritual, these traditions. And so the reason why they're so important is because whenever you are in chaos, you can always come back to those traditions and play them out and talk about them, and it just adds a completely different layer to the relationship that unfortunately you didn't have in the past, right? So yeah, this person that is coming, this King of Pentacles, is someone who is 100% very, very special. And I think that they're coming with a wedding proposal. They're coming to marry you, okay? This is the kind of vibe. This is the kind of thing that they want. So, my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do, we're just going to have a little fun with it. We're going to throw 3 cards. We're going to add up the numbers that we get. And then those numbers are going to signify the timeline, like, you know, month-wise, how many months before you actually meet this person. So let's go ahead and throw 3, add it all up, see what we get. Oh boy, we've got 6. We have got 6, the number 6. Within 6 months, you're going to meet this person, or within 6 months, these things are all going to come to fruition for you. So very, very awesome. Yes. All right. 6 months. Now, obviously, it can be any time within that 6 month period, but 6 months listen, 6 months is not a long time. Okay, 6 months, it's like right around the corner. I mean, it's already what, May? Are you kidding me? Like, it feels like the year just started. It's already May. All right. My goodness. So 6 months is right around the corner, and you're definitely going to want to wait for this husband or wife material that you got coming here. A lot of male energy here, a lot of divine male energy. But yeah, you definitely want to wait for this person because they are very, very special. My goodness. So we're going to go ahead and keep these readings coming. We're going to move now, transition to oracles. And there's really no agenda for the oracle cards that I'm going to throw. I just want to see what Spirit, the universe, wants to share with you, right? Just want to see what the universe wants to share with you. What is it that the universe wants to communicate to you? We're going to throw just one more tarot card to set the theme for the oracles. We've got the 6 of Swords, love, moving into calmer waters and cooperation, and money, work situation improving. Okay, so this card did come out reversed, and so the advice here, I like these tarot cards because they got the keywords attached to it. So moving into calmer waters and cooperation when it comes to love. The fact that it's reversed tells me that there's a little bit of chaos with you right now. And obviously we know that there's chaos because, my goodness, you got I mean, let's be honest. You've got the Five of Cups reversed, and you've got the World reversed for your current energies. I mean, my oh my, right? Like, that's some chaotic stuff right there, guys. But you're going to transition into something truly beautiful. So understand that right now, your greatest enemy is yourself. It feels like you are just not in a place where mentally you're going to be able to transition into your blessings easier. You're in a place of potentially panic. You're in a place of mental distress. And what you should be doing is transitioning into calmer waters, right? Six of Swords tells us that the mind moves away from any kind of chaos into an energy of tranquility, right? And we have two lovers here showing up with a child. Oh, hint, hint, right? Marriage, King of Pentacles, child. Ooh. All right, so, we're moving away. We're moving away from chaos. We're moving away from anything that doesn't serve us. And we're going into cleaner. We're going into more transparent and more tranquil waters, all right? The fact that the card came out reversed says that you are unwilling to make this journey. You don't want to, but it's a dire need. It's like a necessity right now. Now, there's many ways of activating this kind of energy. You can take an actual physical trip, right? It's a very, very important psychological method that a lot of people use whenever you feel disorderly. You can start by potentially cleaning your house, and then that helps you kind of bring everything together, put things into perspective for you. But for you, I think it's taking a trip. All right. Now, taking this trip doesn't have any bearings on you finding your person, but it is going to help you mentally. This is a card of the mind, right? So how do you find your way out of this situation where emotionally you're distraught, energetically you're in a place where you just can't move on? Well, you literally take a trip and you move on from where you are. You move physically into whatever space you need to move into. And so doing that, taking that trip, taking that journey will assist you in transitioning from this chaotic energy into what's coming, right? Which is calmer waters and cooperation. Now, when it comes to money, I think that a lot of you are having a bit of a difficult time, and it's because of this energy that you're currently under, this kind of chaotic energy, where your work situation might be affected right now, or it might not be as ideal as you would want it to be. So in the money sector, you've got work situations improving, but again, remember, reversed, right? So in order for your money and your assets to grow, or your work situation to improve, it's important to take that trip. Take the trip, don't even think about it. It doesn't have to be to a far off place, obviously. This can just be go to the beach, dedicate a whole day to just go to the beach, get yourself a cooler, right? Fill it up with some sodas or whatever. Go down to the beach with some sandwiches and just have a nice time. Even if it's just yourself, get yourself one of those beach chairs at Walmart for $24.99, right? I'm getting way too detailed. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the oracles and see exactly what we can get. I want to talk about, this is a love reading, so I want to talk about this King of Pentacles. I feel that a lot of you are maybe, you're excited about this King of Pentacles. I mean, I would be, right? Marriage, I mean, my goodness. So we're going to go ahead and focus on that King of Pentacles with these archetype oracle cards. We're just going to kind of see a little bit about their personality, what archetypes they're mostly they're mostly always in touch with, or how they choose to interact with the world, whatever. Let's just see exactly what the oracles have to say about your King of Pentacles. Wow. My. Interesting energies. And of course we're running out of space on the board. We're going to throw one more, because we're just going to go ahead and throw one more. Why not? Look at that. All right. We have a lot to talk about here. So, number one, the first card out is the Virgin. Boy, oh boy. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. This person is more than likely going to be a virgin. All right. They're either going to be a virgin, which is kind of strange in today's environment, but my goodness. Either they're going to be virgins, actually physical virgins, or they're going to just be very pure in spirit, right? And you can see it in this card. It's funny, but the moment I brought this card up to the camera, I felt like there was light everywhere. And I am a seer, so I pick up on these things. But I'm feeling a little bit more light in this reading, for some reason. And I feel like that's their essence, right? And that might be how you notice them. Like once you come in contact with this person, there might be some light that radiates out of them. And it's a light that you haven't seen in anyone before. And you're immediately going to be like pulled into their sphere of influence. And so there's a sense of symbolic purity of heart and spirit with this. Also, the shadow attribute, there's a fear of intimate union. Ooh, so this person might be a little shy. Many times we don't value people because they seem too shy, and we want them to be more outgoing, and oh my goodness, like he's just not a badass, right? And it's all this dumb stuff that we tell ourselves. But there is beauty in purity. There is beauty in shyness. There is beauty in a little bit of fear, right? Because it says that, hey, I'm willing to work. I know your value to the point that you've got my legs wobbling, right? And so it's okay. It's all right to see that in a person, especially in a King of Pentacles. Remember, this is a king. This isn't like a little jit or anything. This is a king. So if their legs are wobbling for you, that means that you are that valuable. You are that beautiful. You are that awesome, right? So be aware of that. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And then the second card out was the Bully card, which, boom, tells me everything I need to know about this King of Pentacles. Not only are they give off that virgin kind of vibe to them, but when they need to really turn up, or I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but anyways, we're just gonna move from that. When they really need to be serious, when they need to show their strength, when they need to take their sword and chop off some heads, they'll do it. All right, like this isn't a pushover. This isn't someone who is going to allow people to pick on them. This guy or this girl is a warrior. All right, we see here. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So yeah, this person is no pushover. Okay, they may be shy with you, they may be shy with love, they may be captivated by your beauty where their legs wobble a little bit, but trust me, they are going to really turn up the heat whenever it is necessary. Now, there's a sense of concealing deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So it feels like this person, the reason why they can be a little chaotic, if they are sometimes, is because of some kind of childhood trauma. Their parents were a little bit too hard on them. Tradition, I'm picking up this vibe of a very conservative person, or not a conservative person, but a conservative upbringing. You know the type, right? Certain strictness to it. And so that has kind of led them there. Now, it's interesting that you've got the slave card showing up as well, right? Because the slave card is about surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And so this is a kind of energy where someone really gives into the power of love. I believe that God, and I believe that spirit, I believe that the energy of that awesome deity, it's found inside of us, right? That power. We are all a piece of God. And so the fact that this person is a slave to the essence, to the presence of the divine, tells me that they're going to do anything necessary to make sure that you feel loved and make sure that there is always love being presented or shown in your area, in your home, with your family members. This is the kind of person that really gives everything to you, okay? Now, the shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. That's kind of something that you want to avoid, and you might notice that in them. But the fact that we've got this bully archetype, it's a very good balance, right? It's a very good balance between the slave and the bully. So what I'm seeing here is a balanced individual, someone who's not too chaotic, someone who's not too much of a bully to the detriment of society, but someone who's able to balance these two energies out very beautifully. And this is King of Pentacles energy to the extreme. All right, this is truly beautiful. And then finally, child and nature. My oh my, we've got here friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Seriously, this person is spiritual, right? They may not show it, they may not Be completely upfront about it. It's a hidden kind of spirituality. Sometimes people are say, oh, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in anything. But then they go outside and they interact with pets, and you see the love and care that they have for their dogs, and the love and care and the affection that they feel for everything around. And it's like they're interacting with God, they're interacting with the divine, but they're doing it by interacting with the creation of that, which is essentially the exact same thing as interacting with God, right? And interacting with spirit. You're embracing the beauty of spirit and through spirit's creation. And so I feel like with this King of Pentacles, this person is a nurturer. This is a very good friend. This is someone who communicates very effectively. And yeah, my goodness, I mean, group number 1, you got the group, okay? I don't even want to do the other readings. This is like, I think we should just leave this one up. That's it. I mean, this is an awesome reading. Now, the shadow attribute is the tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Obviously, this is kind of... It's balanced out with the energy of the slave. It's balanced out with the energy of the virgin. And there's again, this is the kind of person who's very pure, very, very filled with light. And again, hey, keep in mind, this is not the kind of person that's a pushover. All right. These cards have made this very clear. If this person needs to get serious, they will get serious. All right. They're not going to just shy away from a fight. They will go head on. And also, this is a protector. So if they feel that the person, even the animals, just a dog, right? If they feel that their dog or their family member is in trouble, they're going to rush in and do anything necessary to make sure that that situation is cleared up, right? This is the kind of person that really rushes into battle, very chivalrous, to save their love from danger. So again, a very, very magnetic kind of energy with this person, very beautiful, intelligent. They know where their eyes need to be, right, in the world. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use these last 2 cards. We're just gonna throw 2 more. We're gonna use these last 2 cards to just kind of get a little bit of advice for you, whoever's watching this review. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Give me a like, please. Thank you. And comment down below. I want to hear from you. All right. I haven't heard from you guys in a while, but comment down below. Let me know what you thought. But we're going to throw 2 more cards from the Moonologies, and we're just going to try and get a little bit of advice for you guys moving forward into whatever's next. I don't do reversals for the Moonology cards, so ignore that. The first card out is... Take inspired action, Virgo. Full moon in Virgo. This message is especially powerful for all my Virgos out there. I am a Virgo sun and a Virgo moon, so looks like this is my reading. Interesting. And then we have here, reflect on your priorities. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, right? So again, there's a confirmation, there's an understanding that you're kind of going through a bit of a chaotic energy right now. You feel like you are stuck in a cycle that you need to change, that needs change. There's a sense here of being patient, moving out of chaotic situations, taking inspired action to make things happen for you. Since this is my reading, I'm just telling you guys, I am currently going through a big change in my life, a big transition. And I'm taking every step necessary to be victorious, to just get ahead, right? And where I find myself happiest is doing this, creating content. So I am giving it my all. That's one thing that you can do. Virgo energy, right? All the way. I'm a Virgo, again, Virgo sun and Virgo moon, so you can imagine. But last quarter moon in Aquarius really wants you to reflect, to really maybe write down what has worked for you, what hasn't. Write everything down, and then just release it. Just let it go. Start a bit of a ritual yourself. Write down all of your insecurities, all of your laments, everything that you're feeling, and then burn it. Right? Burn it right in front of you. Burn that shit. And that way you can just release it, let it go. But yeah, that is what I see here. Group number 1, this is an excellent reading. I'm very happy that I was able to do this reading for you guys. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to your love reading. You picked the King of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful king. We're going to go ahead and zoom out, and we're just going to jump right into your reading. What I want to do is a past, present, future spread. And the reason why is because I really want to know what happened in the past, because I'm a little nosy. I want to know what's going on right now presently for you, again, because I'm a little nosy. And then I want to find out what's going to happen in the future for you guys, because that is why you are here. And it's fun. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Let's focus on the past, and the past, and the past when it comes to love for group number 2, Spirit. What happened? What happened? What happened? Wow. Complete and utter chaos happened. All right. And presently, what's going on? Okay. Okay. All right, all right, all right. And the future. What's happening in the future for group number 2 when it comes to love? Boy, oh boy. Yes, yes, yes. I like this. I like this. All right, so let's take it step by step, shall we? Let's take it step by step. We're going to start with the past. First 2 cards out, 7 of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed. My goodness. In the past, you've had a lot of choices. They've all been terrible. We have here a scene, and this is a very important scene because, and I'm going to try and be not very descriptive because there's a lot going on here, as you can tell, right? For those of you that are seeing, but this is a Roman scene where it's a bathhouse, it's a place of excess, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, there's cheating, there's just a lot going on, right? The fact that this card is showing up reversed is because a lot of you have been cheated on, you've been betrayed, you've made choices that unfortunately left you with nothing, right? I'm getting a sense of hookup culture, like you gave yourself too into this hookup culture, and you maybe had a lot of people come into your life who unfortunately weren't energetically what you wanted, but maybe you thought that you could, transition them energetically into that. And I'm sorry, but that's just not happening in today's culture. This culture, I don't want to speak negatively, but it's different. This is a different kind of energy. It's not the kind of energy where you find someone and then you kind of grow together and that person changes. It's more of a predatory kind of culture where, we're really just trying to hook up and have a little bit of fun, and that's it, and then we'll just move on. And so I feel like that, it gets old really quickly, right? You want something real. You want something genuine, because you're not going to be the same age forever. And unfortunately, it feels like in the past, there was a lot of that going on. There's a lot of dwelling in that. And we've got the Judgment card here showing up reversed. And the Judgment card reversed is pretty much, there's no deep symbolism here. What it's pretty much just telling you is that energetically, you just weren't in the right place, right? Judgment is all about making the right judgment call. And did I do the right thing or did I do the wrong thing? It's very hard to pass judgment on people and to say, oh, I don't like judgmental people, or, judgment is something that we don't need. And maybe there's truth to that, but in the tarot, we do have a card that talks all about judgment. And so this is judgment of self, judgment of society, judgment of the things that maybe potentially you want, right? The fact that it's reversed just says that you weren't making the right judgment call, or you just weren't in the place where you understood exactly what you wanted, right? But again, that's all in the past, right? We're leaving that behind, and we're moving on to the present. Now, in the present, you've got some pretty interesting cards here. You've got the Seven of Swords reversed, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And I gotta say, there's a lot of bad people around you, group number 2. Don't be too frightened by this. I feel that you know who these people are, right? Or, you understand the scope of their malice. So it's almost like it feels like you've got everything under control right now when it comes to love, but there are a lot of people around you, a lot of people that want to bring you back to the past, right? Maybe these are the same people, some of these from their past, they're still hanging around, and now they're actually talking bad about you. Behind your back, too. My goodness. And it almost feels like they're saying things that are hurtful, or they're just speaking badly of you. There's a sense of character assassination, so think of a friend who says that they're your friend to your face, but then when they're hanging out with all of your other friends, they're talking badly of you behind your back and saying things about you that aren't real, potentially even gossiping, all in attempts to kind of steal from you, right? If you, because energetically this is also your card, if you are caught up in this kind of energy or vibe, stop it. It's not good, right? Don't participate in any kind of character assassination. Don't speak badly of people behind their backs. That comes back to you, remember. So we're also seeing that you are in a place of individuality, which I really like, right? You're really going out and getting it. You are, and some of you are entrepreneurs, you're hard workers. What we have here is a self-made individual. She worked very hard for what she has. She knows her value. She knows her worth. Energetically, she's in a place where she's no nonsense, okay? Get away from me. Come at me, come to me when you mean business. Like, that's your vibe right now, which is great. This is the kind of vibe that takes you away from the culture that you were associating with in the past, which has in some ways seeped into your present with the Seven of Swords, but you have it under control with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? The Nine of Pentacles is success. The Nine of Pentacles is worthiness. The Nine of Pentacles is an energy of a forward-moving, successful energy, right? This is someone who is very, very keen to what is ideal in the world. She's open to new ideas. One thing that we see here is and I forget the name of these birds, but the feathers of these birds were at one point worth an incredible amount of money. And so the people who were able to the merchants who were able to find them and resell them, they made an incredible amount of money. So, essentially what we have here is someone who knows where the value in the world is. They know how to start businesses. They know how to support industries or create industries. The sign of the elephant is the sign of true worth and ability. And there's just a sense of just mighty. It's like, there's power with the Nine of Pentacles. It's one of my favorite cards. Now, that's where you are presently. Let's move on to the future. In the future, we have the Six of Wands reversed and the Ace of Cups upright. And so we're going to start with the beautiful Ace of Cups because, my goodness. All right, so in the future, when it comes to love, right, what is next in love? There's a new relationship coming. And this relationship is one that's really going to fill up your cup, okay? Ace of Cups talks of newness. This is the card of new beginnings as it pertains to relationships, romantic relationships, love, right? The fact that it's in a future position tells me that there is a new love interest coming. And this is very, very, very good news. Now, the Six of Wands did come out reversed, but I wouldn't be too worried about this. I feel like the Six of Wands reversed talks about, when we combine it with the Nine of Pentacles, it talks about you moving away from an energy of unsuccessfulness to an energy of newness, new success, right? When we mix it with the Ace of Cups and when we look at the Nine of Pentacles, which is the closest to your future, what we have is this Six of Wands turning from complete chaos and unsuccessfulness to an energy of success. And what I feel is that you're going to have success in love. You are going to attract somebody, or you're going to manifest someone who you've been really, really, wanting, you've been really envisioning for yourself. I think energetically, some of you are so exhausted that you haven't really been giving it a lot of thought. I think you've just kind of been focused on you, and you should, right? In a culture like this, why wouldn't you just focus on yourself and better yourself, right? But obviously, if you're watching this reading, there's this desire, there's this want, there's this yearning for what is next in love, right? So again, what I am seeing in the future here with these cards is a new relationship, success in that relationship. If the Ace of Cups would have been reversed, thank God it wasn't. The message would have been completely different, but the fact that it came out upright, very, very good indication. And what was really chaotic, I gotta say this, what's really chaotic is your past, okay? My goodness. You've been through the ringer, group number 2. You've been through the ringer. You know exactly what you don't want in a relationship because you've seen the shit. You've seen the crap. You've seen the dirt, okay? You've been, my oh my. Yeah, you've been a part of a very insidious culture. And I feel like it's an insidious hookup culture that leeches and takes, right? There's a lot of, I think that right now, let's focus on right now. What's really getting in the way is all of the baggage from the past and all of the shit talking. There's a lot of shit for some reason. Group number 2, and and I'm pretty sure that at this point you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. There's just a lot of bad words being uttered around you. A lot of shit talking. And when that shows up in a reading, it tells me that you have to really separate the phonies from the real ones. Okay, you have to find the snakes within your group and cut their heads off. I mean, that's really the only thing that you can do, all right? You got to find them. You got to get rid of them. You can't just keep them around because, they provide company when the others don't. No. You got to get rid of them. You have to get rid of them. They're not serving you. They're not serving your self-interests. If anything, really give in to the Nine of Pentacles. One thing that Spirit is showing me right now is a person who really has been working on themselves, has been really doing what needs to happen in order to be successful. And Spirit is pretty much telling you, hey, give into that energy completely. All right. The only way that you're going to be able to reach this energy right here in the future is to give into that Nine of Pentacles completely. So if some of you keep going back and forth, trying to find a connection to the past, trying to find some value from the past and bring it to the present, it's not there. It doesn't exist. Just leave it behind you. None of this is good, right? You want to move into what's good, right? We're going to throw a card, and we're going to see if we can get a little bit of advice. So this second part of your reading, it's mostly oracles. We're going to try and get some direct messages from Spirit. We're just going to let the cards speak to us. And if I see anything, if I pick up on anything psychically, of course, I am going to tell you. But we're just going to see what the advice is for your present moment right now. Knight of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, some of you are hooking up with someone. You're hooking up with someone who is not good for you. So enjoyable, uncommitted, and affair. I think that, and again, please take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, there's a lot of people watching this. So the Knight came out reversed. This is not a good person for you. Okay. This is baggage from the past, or this is someone who's there, immature, childish, possibly even dumb. This person doesn't even have a job, Like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, get away from this person. They're bringing you down energetically, and worse, they're talking shit about you behind your back, okay? They're cheating on you, as a matter of fact. More than likely, we have here affair, right? Uncommitted affair. When this card shows up reversed, what we have is having someone who is essentially hurting you by being with multiple people. When it comes to love, they're just not there. They're immature. They're childish. If this could be an aspect of you, which I think that for a small minority of you guys, this is an aspect of you. If you are potentially hooking up with someone who's married or in a relationship, what are you doing? Okay? I mean, seriously, what are you doing? No. Get away from that. You don't need that. That's going to really ruin you, all right? That's what the Seven of Swords is all about. Doing things in the shadows, doing things hidden from people, keeping secrets, doing things from a place of like hurt, pain. No, get away from that, right? So Knight of Wands energy, reversed, talks about someone who's potentially taking, leeching. When it comes to money, we have here someone who's unwilling to take risks, someone who's unwilling to take action, favored action. This is the kind of person who doesn't really do anything. This is the kind of person that is a leech and a draw on society, right? This is a parasitic kind of energy. They're just taking, right? It's like they're bums. Like, you have to get rid of the bum, okay, in order to make space for the Ace of Cups, which is the new energy. Listen to Dua Lipa, New Rules, right? There's a song for you. I would sing it, but no way. So yeah, get away from that energy. New Rules. You are too valuable to even engage anymore in energies like that. Go ahead and delete that Tinder app, right? Go ahead and delete those apps, because let's be honest, you're not going to find your one true love there. That's a hookup, right? There's no value there, right? So yeah, grow up and get rid of that garbage, because that's not where you're going to find your person. All right, you're going to find them through your business. You're going to find them through your work. You're going to find them in your striving, in your effort. You're going to find them when you reach a place of true strength and you see that you are mighty. Okay, not by clicking on a little app that's like, oh, so cute. Oh, yeah, click. No, that's not. You're not going to get anything by doing that. All right. So if that's you, put all that garbage aside. Stop talking to like 10 people at once. And value yourself, okay? Value yourself, because there is true beauty and value within you. So let's go ahead and talk about this new relationship, right? Let's talk about this new relationship and how we're going to do that. We're going to try and figure out who this person's archetypes are. These are the archetypes that are mostly present when they interact with people. You know, this is how they interact with life. So let's get a little bit of a sense of who this person is. And also a little bit of a special bonus treat. I'm going to tell you when you're going to meet this person. I'm going to try and provide you with a timeline. Actually, we're going to do that first. I'm going to throw 3 cards, and I'm going to provide you with a timeline of when you're going to meet this person. Let's see. All right. So we have some of you are actually going to meet this person or have already met this person. We've got the Fool, the Prince of Pentacles. This is a confirmation that for some of you, you've already met this person. They're already around. Now, for others, we do have that you're going to meet within a year, within 12 months. That's what I'm seeing with the Sun. That's what I'm seeing with the Fool and the Prince of Pentacles. So within a year, possibly a little bit more. But some of you have already met this person. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this person a little bit through the archetypal. Is that the name of the deck? No, the name of the deck is Archetype Cards. So let's take a look and see what archetypes are most present or most with this person, closest to their energy. Let's see. We've got Shiva energy showing up here. Interesting. All right, so we're going to start with the first card out. We've got here the Seeker. Now, the Seeker thirsts for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The shadow side or the shadow attribute to the Seeker is the inability to commit to a path once found, right? Now, obviously, these archetypes, they kind of balance each other out. So don't focus too much on the shadows for now. I'm just reading and providing you with what I see. But what I am seeing first is that this person is wise. Okay, Seekers are wise. Even though they may not feel wise, they may feel like they're lacking, which is why they keep seeking. But really, it's the Seeker that is very intelligent, because they're constantly seeking for that knowledge. It's like the energy of the All-Father Odin, my favorite deity, who gave and sacrificed his right eye for all the knowledge in the world. Such a brave warrior Odin is, right? So I think that this person kind of brings that Odin energy. They're willing to sacrifice anything for the pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of wisdom. And so the fact that we've got the Seeker showing up next to the Companion tells me that they want to share that knowledge and that journey with someone. Someone special. So we have here the light attributes being loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Okay. Now, when we look at the shadow attributes, we do have betrayal by misusing confidences, or a loss of personal identity, right? Now, this is the kind of person, when we look at the companion and we combine it with the seeker, what we have is someone who is trying to find themselves. This is what they're truly seeking. They're trying to find who they are. Maybe they're trying to find it in the art that they are observing, or the art that they are taking in for entertainment, the books that they're reading, the things, whatever they're studying. They're trying to find themselves. And betrayal is big with this person. Okay, I think that they've been betrayed in the past, cheated on. Definitely, I feel that you yourself, looking at your energy from the past, you've been cheated on too. So I think that that's one of those things where you're going to be able to really bond, right? You know exactly what you want. You want loyalty. You want commitment. This person is willing to give it to you. So very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Now, we move on to the Destroyer. My goodness. So we've got Shiva energy showing up here, right? The beautiful thing about Shiva is that even though he is a deity of destruction, he's also a deity of creation, because you can't have creation without destruction. And so this person, I feel that they excel in creativity. And then what we have here with the light attributes is releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. And then with the shadow, we have intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. My goodness. So when we look at the shadow attribute, that is balanced very beautifully with the companion, right? Because with the companion, what we have is unselfishness. What we have is loyalty. What we have is tenacity. And that's also balanced with the destroyer, is destructive power. So don't think that this person is a pushover. Don't think that this person is just going to sit around and allow for you to potentially disrespect them, or, allow for you to even cheat on them, or allow for you to even keep this Knight of Wands around, right? Talking to them, boasting their ego. No. In order for you to really attract this kind of energy, you have to get rid of all that toxic, those little toxic boyfriend, girlfriends that you have from the past that just show up whenever they want to be pleasured, or whenever they want to hook up or hang out, right? You know what I mean? So you have to let go energetically of people like this, because they're not going to tolerate this. As a matter of fact, there's always a door for this person to walk out. If they notice that there is no loyalty, if they notice that you're unwilling to essentially follow them in their journey, and really just come together and be one, they will walk away. The reason I say that is because we do have the trickster showing up here, and they're going to do it in grand fashion too. They're going to do it with style. So keep that in mind. We have here the trickster, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. The shadow attribute is manipulating others through duplicity. So, there's a sense here of doing things new. I like trickster energy because you need the trickster in order to create, but more than create, you need the trickster in order to uphold society. You need the trickster to innovate. And so without the trickster, you can't innovate. Without the trickster, you can't really find yourself. It's like, oh no, I can't talk about Batman again. I'm sorry. But I'm going to talk about Batman. It's like, when you see Batman, there's the Joker and there's the Batman archetypes. And the Joker is complete chaos, evil. He wants to destroy through his trickery. Batman is like that as well. But what sets him apart is that he recognizes the evil within the Joker. And he's able to make a decision, hey, I'm not going to pursue that. I'm going to be the light that destroys the darkness. And so there is a sense here of transcending from that darkness, becoming the light, right? Being a seeker of wisdom, being the seeker of goodness. But also be aware, this person is not afraid to end it, right? This person is not afraid to take a stand, to tell you the truth to your face. And they're going to do it with style. Okay? They're going to do it with a lot of style. And just be aware, right? Be aware. This person is not the hookup culture kind of person. This person is not the person who you tell them, oh, I have all these guys that are talking to me. And yeah, don't elevate yourself to that level with this person. Be genuine, right? Leave the past in the past. Even in the present, with this Knight of Wands showing up reversed, you have to leave that energy aside, right? Yeah. This is the kind of person that really, really wants and values loyalty above everything else. So let's go ahead and get some advice from the oracles, the Moonology Oracle. This is going to be more steered towards you personally. We're going to see exactly what Spirit wants you to take away for the here and now. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right, so we've got two cards showing up here. The first one that came out was last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. Wow. Again, remember the Seven of Swords, all those shadows, all that darkness, all those things happening under the cover of night. Well, it's time to bring them out into the daylight, right? Reveal what needs to be seen. This is especially powerful for all my Scorpios out there, right? Scorpio, yeah, you have to be honest with yourself, okay? You have to be honest on what you need to let go of, what you need to bring into your life. Scorpio energy is the kind of energy that really likes that kind of hookup culture, right? And that culture might not be the best thing for you moving forward. Just saying. Then we move on to the second card, last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. I think there's just a lot going on up there. Again, Seven of Swords energy presently. There's an energy there of just preoccupation with what could be, what can be. If I do this, are they going to do that? There's just a lot of things being hidden, right? There's a lot of deceiving going on right now around you. And I think that you are partaking in that deceitfulness, in those lies, in the keeping of truth, right? You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with the people around you as well. That's the only way that you're going to be able to move into this Ace of Cups energy graciously and beautifully, right? So clear your mind. This message is especially powerful for all the Geminis out there, okay? All right, so that is what I see here. Group number 2, this is a beautiful reading. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below. I want to hear from you. Comment down below. Let's drive the engagement. Love you, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3. So you picked the King of Wands. We're going to zoom out, and we're going to start your reading. I'm just going to jump right in. And what we're going to go ahead and do is a past, present, future spread. Because I want to know everything. Okay? I am nosy and I want to know everything. So we're going to shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And we're going to start with the past. That's what we are going to do. Okay. We're going to start with the past. You've got the Moon reversed and the Queen of Swords showing up upright. Now in the present, Empress energy mixed with the Prince of Wands. And in the future, Queen of Cups energy. Nine of Wands. All right. Yes. I like this. Okay. So we're going to start with the past. We start with the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is a card that speaks to you, your essence, right? This is an aspect of you. Queen of Swords, to me, she's a writer, she's a creator. She is someone who uses her words very diligently, very astute, smart. There's a sense of just having things together. Very mature energy with this queen. The fact that we've got it showing up in the past and that it's an aspect of you tells me that you are a very mature individual. Now, when you combine the logical, the keen mind of the Queen of Swords with the chaotic energy of the Moon reverse, my oh my, it just tells me that your environment just wasn't ideal, right? This illustration of the Moon is pretty interesting, right? This is Hecate. And so Hecate is associated with feminine mysteries, and so that's why she's here showing up with this moon. But the fact that we have it reversed tells me that there was a lack of clarity when it came to potentially, what you wanted, how you wanted to do it. It almost feels like, and this is what I'm kind of seeing, this is what Spirit is showing me. I'm seeing you walking through the dark, not really knowing what's where, right? Think of someone who's very smart, very astute, knows exactly what needs to happen, but their situation all around is just dark and chaotic. It's like, what direction do I take when I can't even see in front of me, right? Sometimes intelligence will take you so far, maturity will take you so far, especially when your environment is just not ideal. And so, the moon reverse just says that you were just been walking through the dark for so long, trying to find your way through the chaos that, it was just very difficult to see where value truly resides. It almost feels like opportunities that might be there in the dark were just not made available to you. It's like you weren't able to see clearly. And so, let's move on to the present moment. All right, so I'm sorry about that. I had to pause the video for a moment because I sneezed. But, all right, so now we're going to move on to the present moment. And, that sneezing, I know as a seer, that's a message for where you currently are. It's a clearing of something. Something needs to be released and let go of, which is why we've got somebody showing up here with this Prince of Wands reverse. But we'll get to that now. Let's talk about you, because I feel like, man, you are all over this reading. You are shining, okay? You are an Empress. And so the Empress is just, it's a very hard and difficult read, because when you look at the Empress, she is literally everything, okay? I mean, this is the mother, this is the creator, this is an alpha, this is a leader. I mean, seriously, like, there is nothing that you can say that is special about the Empress. Everything about the Empress is special, right? Like, she has the world at her fingertips. There's an element of strength to her even, so, and personally, I feel that there is nothing more powerful than a woman. Why do I say that, right? Especially when men are physically more powerful. Why is it that women are more powerful? Because, ladies, if God was to come down and tell the men, hey, you're going to start having children now, you're going to be responsible for childbearing, guess what? Population would cease to exist. We would have a crisis on our hands, because there is no man that's going to allow that to happen, okay? For a baby to come ripping out of them, right? No. So there is a strength that's found within women that is not found in men. And the Empress is the true personification of that strength, right? Which is why we have here lion symbolism, even with the lion cub, which we see the nurturing side of the Empress, her crown. There's just so much. There's so much value. There's so much beauty to her. This is you, okay? This is you. Now here's the issue, beautiful Empress. What are you doing hanging out with a street hooligan? Right? I was going to say something else, but I can't. What are you doing hanging out with this person? Okay? This young energy, thuggish almost, right? I mean, come on. This guy is not offering you anything at all. A lot of you are entertaining energies that are not for you. Drama. This is the God of War. Now, the God of War meaning that there's pure destruction with this person. You can't build anything with this person, because this person, being the Prince of Wands reversed, this person is going to just come and destroy and ruin everything, because that's literally what they are. It's like Joker energy, right? This person is not going to help you and aid you in any way. And again, take what resonates and please leave the rest, obviously. But a lot of people are watching this reading. If you are in a relationship with someone who you know, and I know that you know because you're the Empress. The Empress knows. But here's the thing with the Empress. She thinks that she is invincible. And she is, to a degree. She thinks that she can change people. She thinks that her energy and light is enough to allow for these chaotic energies to come around. maybe for protection, I don't know. But here's the thing. This Prince of Wands reverse is taking your crown and making a mockery out of it, okay? So, my beautiful Empress, you need to take your crown and you need to put it back in your head. And you need to get away from this, because this is not offering you anything. Anything at all, okay? This is a very destructive, chaotic energy. This isn't someone who you can build a future with, you know. And so for those of you that are like, no, what are you talking about? This person is great and I love them. You're just, I'm going to click out now. Well, if that's you, I want you to close your eyes and see into the future. Use your psychic energy and power to really see yourself with this person 10 years from now. And don't see you how you look right now. No, 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 no. See yourself as you're going to be 10 years psychically. Be honest with yourself. In 10 years, is this person going to be there? Or are they going to be who they truly are? Hooligans. That's the word I chose. I'm sticking with it, okay? I'm sticking with it. So, yeah, you know, so let's be honest. Prince of Wands energy reversed, chaotic energy. It doesn't suit the Empress at all. Like, this is a complete mismatch. And you know this. All right, let's be honest. You know this. You are royalty, okay? You are Empress energy. You know exactly what's good for you, what's bad for you. Intuitively, you understand what I'm telling you. But there's a side of you that says, no, but they can change, you see, because I can change them because I'm that powerful. And it's like, yes, you are that powerful, my Empress. But do you really want to just give all of your essence and energy into doing that when you can just be doing something else? Ask yourself. Yeah, no. No. The answer is no. So be aware of whoever's coming around you. You know, for some reason I'm hearing Tinder. I'm hearing dating apps. You know, this can be a virtual exchange, right? Who's out there? Who's got your fancy? Who's blowing a little bit of smoke up your buttocks, right? Trying to bring you into their sphere of influence, right? Let go of that person, because they're not going to help you and aid you in any possible way. They are destroyers, okay? They're destroyers. Now, let's talk about the future, because I got to tell you, Empress, the future looks bright for you. We've got the Queen of Cups, all right? And the Queen of Cups is the aspect of the Empress that talks about love. And there's a sense of fulfillment in love. Okay, so why do you need to let go of these little jits, of this, the hooligans? I'm sticking to the word. Why? Because in order for you to really tap into that Queen of Cups, this Queen of Cups, which is just emotional satisfaction, you have to let go of whatever it is right now that's holding you down and not letting you get to this, right? Mature, beautiful, loving energy of the Queen of Cups. You have to make space for what is coming, for what is new. Okay, so what we have here is the ultimate satisfaction in love. This is the card that says, Empress, you are getting exactly what you want in love. Because why? Well, you picked up your crown, you put it in your head, and you understand your value, and now the universe energetically is going to send you people that will align with your crownhood, with your power, with your Empress vibes. That's what you're going to start attracting. That's what the universe is going to start sending to you, because now you know your value and you're saying no to the what? To the hooligans. Okay, I'm having too much fun with that word. All right, so the Nine of Wands just gives us a little bit more of an understanding of what needs to happen in the future, because this energy right here, this reading is not going to be enough for you. You're gonna keep entertaining these people, but at some point you're going to come to the realization and you're going to make the decision that you need to make. And so when you make that decision, understand that it won't be an easy one, to the point where we see the Nine of Wands here. And here's the thing. We see this little hooligan, this Prince of Wands. We see him for what he truly is, a little kid holding on to you while you dominate, while you lead your people, while you take care of business. This is Cleopatra, okay? Cleopatra is not just anyone. Cleopatra is the personification of the Empress. Do you have any idea how difficult Cleopatra's life was? And even with all that difficulty, she stood up, she put her crown on her head, she took her staff, and she said, I am. Listen to my roar. Okay? And so, oh boy, you have to see it. Okay? I can tell you with this reading, I can confirm to you what the cards are saying, what Spirit is trying to tell you, but I can't like shake you virtually, right? You have to see it for yourself. You have to see your crown. You have to see just how powerful you are, just how important you are. Only then will you be able to burn down and let go of what needs to be let go of. You know, she is commanding her army here, right? She's commanding her people. There is movement, there is swiftness, there is chaos, absolutely chaos, right? Anytime you make a big decision, anytime you make a big change, there's always friction. But from that friction comes transformation, and that's what you need. And remember this, I have to. There's this hooligan that's going to want to take your robe and just kind of remind, like a child, right? Just kind of like, hey, what about me? Give me attention. Hey, I'm still here. Don't you remember all the good times we've had? We were so much. Yeah, you gotta let go. You know, just kick him. Just get away from me, you hooligan. All right, get away. You don't want this Prince of Wands energy hanging around, being the jit that they are. You don't want jits in your sphere of influence. Okay. That was a car horn outside, which is a big, hey, pay attention to this, okay? Wake up, pay attention. Gotta let go of that. In order to have the full satisfaction of the Queen of Cups, you have to let go of these energies. You have to let go of what's not serving you. Now, what we are going to do now is we're going to throw a card from the, I forget the name of this deck. This is the, I don't know the name. We're just going to throw a card. And we're going to see exactly what Spirit wants to reveal to you. This is going to be more of an advice. And then, I hate it when that happens. I hate it when that happens. I got distracted. All right. Let's see. We've got the Hierophant. Wow. Your end goal should be marriage. Okay? That should be, okay, that's what you deserve, Empress. You deserve for someone to get down on one knee and offer you the world. Literally the keys to life. You know, think of somebody who comes and says, baby, don't you even worry. I got it, right? You're an empress. I just want you to be an empress, right? I don't want to be any kind of distraction to you. You're an empress. All I want to do is unite my energy with yours so that we can become the new kings and queens of this world, right? That's the kind of vibe you need around you. You need to find a king. And the only way that you're going to find a king is someone who's willing to commit. Someone who listens to traditional ways of thinking when it comes to relationships, right? So, you know, I like this deck because it has a love and a money element to it. And the fact that the card came out reversed tells me that there's a huge exclamation point on this message, right? So let's take a look at the love portion of it. Traditional thinking about relationships. The fact that it's reversed tells me that this should be your priority, right? A person who has traditional values understands the importance of marriage. Marriage is important, right? This culture, unfortunately, this hookup culture, doesn't value it because they just want to keep hooking up. And so obviously, if they can convince you that, hey, it's not important, then they can just take from you what they want, which is just a little bit of a moment, right? Just a little bit of satisfaction, just enough to get think of an addict. They just need a fix, right? That's what they're using you for. That's not Empress energy at all, right? So step into your Empress energy, step into your power, traditional ways of thinking about relationships. Now, when it comes to money, traditional ideas and cultural incorporations. What does that mean? That means that if you find yourself giving too much, then you're not with the right person. If this person doesn't have a job, if this person isn't willing to pay for things, If this person isn't, and I'm not even talking about like 50-50, I'm talking about like someone who says, baby, I got it, right? We need that back, right? Not only do they say, I got it, but here's a ring, and here's me on one knee. That's what the Empress deserves. That's what you do to an Empress, right? Anything that's not that is completely devoid of Empress energy. So, traditional. We've got traditional showing up twice here as keywords. Somebody who is traditional. That's what you need. That's what you deserve. And if you've been convinced that this isn't the way forward, you've been speaking to the wrong person. You've been speaking to, I'm going to say it again, you've been speaking to hooligans. So yeah, you don't want that. That's not good advice. It's not the right way of thinking. So, Hierophant energy, this is the card of marriage. Anytime we get the Hierophant in a reading, in a love reading, it's a complete and utter, it just screams marriage, right? So, we're going to go ahead and keep this coming. We definitely know that there's new energies coming into your life. We see that with the Queen of Cups. We see the breaking down of the old to make space for the new. So with this new kind of energy that's coming into your life, I just want to see exactly, what their archetypes. What are the archetypes that are mostly representing them? And maybe, potentially, these archetypes that I'm going to show you are archetypes that you'll be able to identify within that person, and you'll know, okay, this is it. Like this sounds like the person. And honestly, the Empress is somebody who understands where true value in the world is. So I think that you're going to be able to spot this person when you see them, right? This high value human being. Wow. I like these energies. I like these. I really do. This is awesome. All right, so the first card out was a student. Let's talk about the student. Let's talk about the student. The student has a light and shadow. They all do. Light and shadow attribute. The light is humility, devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So more than likely you are right now with that we'll just call them the hooligan. The hooligans that you are interacting with, more than likely they're not really humble. There's no devotion to knowledge. There's no openness to lifelong learning, right? They're just in it to have fun, they're too important, they're chaotic, there's arrogance as well. You want to avoid that, right? Because the shadow attribute to the student is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Boom. That's who you're hanging out with right now, let's be honest. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Now, this isn't the kind of person that takes and learns something and then puts it into action for the betterment of themselves and society. They're just a rebel without a cause. You don't want rebels without causes, right? Because they will try to destroy you. And they can't. They simply can't because you're too important. The Empress cannot be destroyed. But what can happen with the Empress is her time can run out, right? You don't want that. You want to use your time effectively because your time is too valuable. And so we see here with the Judge, the light attributes of this archetype is balancing justice and compassion and managing the fair distribution of power. So a fair individual, someone who understands balance, justice, compassion. The shadow attribute to this Judge is offering only destructive criticism. You keep getting that word, okay? I'm just saying, group number 3, I'm just saying. The word destructive has been uttered in this reading like 50 times already. And now you're getting it in these oracle cards. So destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Are you hanging out with people who are partaking in criminal things, There's a sense of criminality here. You want to avoid those energies completely. There's a balancing of justice. There's a respect for the justice system. There's compassion. There's a fairness to this person, right? A judge, right? So I'm thinking of somebody who might even be a cop or might even be associated with authority. Maybe they work for the government. I'm getting those kind of vibes from this person. Now, networker. The light attribute to this person is enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, And then the shadow attribute to them is that they convey information only for personal gain, and they spread fear and falsehood. So a liar, a manipulator, somebody who's distorting the truth in order to profit, which is disgusting, right? And so you want to avoid that. You want to be in the light attribute of things, right? And then finally, the final archetype, the thief. And the thief sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So, this is someone who tells you, hey, you are an empress, right? This is someone who sees your crown and lets you know, hey, you have a crown on your head. You're that important. Okay? Now, the shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Ha! So this is a person. This shadow side to the thief is someone who's there to take from you, steal from you. They're stealing your time for sure, right? Whenever you allow someone in your space that isn't serious, they're stealing your time. You're allowing them to steal your precious time. Remember, you don't know how much time you have left in this world. A minute of your time is, my goodness. It's invaluable. It's like you can't put a price on it. It's your life, blood. It's the essence of you. There's a limit, okay? They might be stealing that. So make sure that you are aware of who you're allowing in your space. Make sure that you're careful. If you find someone who is actively taking your creative ideas and making it their own, maybe even taking credit for what you created, you don't want that in your life. You want to get rid of those people, okay? Why? Boy, this is some intense energy here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and now move on to a more personal kind of reading. The last two oracle cards are dedicated to you. Just advice for you from Spirit, potentially of what you should be doing, maybe what you should be focusing on, just energetically where you should be right now in this moment. Let's take a look. Alright, so we've got here two very interesting cards. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. First card out is Forgive. Okay, I think that there's, one thing that I didn't talk about because I focused so much on the people around you that I did not talk about it, and I'm kind of dreading that we got to the end, and now is when I do. Hopefully you made it this far. And we can also view the hooligan, the Prince of Wands reversed as an aspect of yourself. There's anger within yourself. There's a lot of anger. And so that anger has led to the burning down of ideas, the burning down of just worth and value, right? I feel like maybe some of you are just not seeing the true value and the full scope of what you've accomplished. And some of you are just not even completing projects because you're moving away from yourself, from who you are. And so first thing that you must do is forgive yourself, forgive others that have hurt you, that have misled you, that have guided you down the wrong path, that have not seen the Empress within you. Forgive them, okay? This message is especially powerful for all my Pisces out there. Sun, Moon, Rising. And then we also have Full Moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. There's fear, obviously, right? Everyone has fear. But for some reason, this oracle card is highlighting the fact that your fears are controlling you. And I think that it might be your fears that are leading you towards doing things that are counterproductive or counter Empress energy. And so you have to be able to just release that fear in order to make space for what is to come, which is Queen of Cups energy, Nine of Wands, right? All right. So that is what I see here. I want to thank you, group number 3. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for your support. Give the video a like. Comment down below. I want to hear from you. Comment. Let me know what you thought about the reading. Thank you guys for watching, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 4. So you picked the King of Cups. We're going to zoom out, and we're going to do your reading. We're going to jump right in with a past, present, future spread. The reason I do past, present, future is because I just want to know the full scope of what has happened, what is going on. You know, I just want to find out. I want to know exactly where you are right now, group number 4. All right, so we're going to start with the past. We're going to start with your present, or we're going to move towards your present moment, and then we're going to finish it off with what comes in the future. All right. Interesting. I think that a lot of the people that pick this group, you're very young. You know, obviously, you know, this message is for a lot of people, but there's like a young, youthful energy to this reading. I like it. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. So let's start with the past. In the past, you were under the 2 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. So, you know, it's funny, the last 3 groups, their past was just filled with chaos. It's like, oh my goodness, good thing you're putting that behind you, right? Not you. In the past, which is why I think that a lot of the people that pick this group, you're young. Because you haven't really seen all that much. You haven't really experienced that dark night of the soul when it comes to love. And thankfully, you know, I don't think you're going to delve too deeply into that. But presently, I do feel that you are going through a little bit of something. And we'll talk about that now. But let's focus on the past. So, you know, 2 of Wands, when we look at the past, what we see is a merchant planning. You know, this is the merchant that's ready to send out his camels out into the wild, into the wild desert to come back with incense and to come back with items that he's going to be able to resell and make a profit from. And so this is the card of the entrepreneur, the planner. When we apply it to a love reading, what we have is someone who knows what they want, understands what needs to happen in order for them to get it, and actually is active in their approach. In order to manifest this, they know that they need to do something. They know they need to plan. They know they need to map things out, right? 2 of Wands energy. And I think the reason why is because you've had the right guidance in your life, right? I think that maybe, you know, a lot of you, maybe you come from a parent who told you exactly what needed to happen, or maybe you saw someone else go through suffering and you're like, well, I definitely want to avoid that, right? There's just something about your energy, group number 4, where you're just very understanding. You're astute. You know what you want. You know how you want it. You know what's exactly the energy that you want to allow in your space. So in the past, you were under this influence, right? And again, youthful reading, youthful energy, because we do have a child here being led, being guided. The 8 of Pentacles is the card that talks about, and especially with this illustration, it's the card that talks about the passing of knowledge from generation to generation. Obviously, the 8 of Pentacles in other decks, in the more traditional sense, we have a person who's working diligently, working hard to achieve and get ahead. There's an element of that with the 8 of Pentacles, sure. But there's also an understanding of knowledge. Knowledge is power, knowledge is money, knowledge is the ability to move in different ways. So 8 of Pentacles, wisdom as well, it's another word I wanted to use. There's a sense of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with you, group number 4. Very mature kind of energy. Even in your youth, very mature kind of energy. And then now we move on to your current energies. And boy, oh boy, we've got a little bit of chaos here, right? We've got the moon reversed and we've got the 8 of Swords. And boy, is this dark. A lot of darkness right here, okay? I feel you, group number 4, because my oh my. Let's just go ahead and take it step by step. So the moon reversed tells me that you are right now in a very dark place. You know, think of someone who is walking through this land and they don't have any light. Everything is just dark, pitch black. You have no idea what's in front of you, what's behind you, what's to your sides. Pitch black, you don't know. You don't have any kind of guidance, anyone to point you in the right direction. You have the light of the moon, but the light of the moon is not enough. It's still extremely dark. And it's within that darkness where you've been bound. You know, this is a nightmare, okay? These 2 cards are like nightmare scenarios here. So what you have here is essentially a binding of the mind, Swords energy, And that mind is immovable. There's no growth. There's no way of understanding what should happen logically. There's just this like path that unfortunately you're on and you can't deviate from, and you don't know how to get out. You haven't found the exit to it yet, and it just feels so chaotic, right? There's dread. This is how you're feeling in love. And the thing is, the reason why you're here right now is because the dating culture has shifted. Energetically, people don't value marriage. People don't value tradition anymore. People are just hooking up. There's a very predatory element to dating nowadays, and it's insidious. Okay, it's actually pretty insidious. And the thing is, you group number 4, you understand what value is. You come from wisdom, understanding, knowledge. There's like this extrasensory perception to you where you know where the value is. You know what a good relationship looks like. You can kind of close your eyes and look 10 years into the future and know this is the right thing to do. Because we're not going to be young and beautiful forever, right? So are you like, where are you right now? Are you like, you're just living to live? You're not building and bonding with someone on a profound level? Like, what is wrong with you, right? That's kind of like your vibe. You understand the value of finding one, building a future together. You understand the value of connection. You understand the value of two people coming together and building something solid, right? Nowadays, people aren't doing that. What they're doing is it's predatory. They're trying to get their fix. They're trying to use you for whatever it is that you have in that moment and moving on. And then even worse, sometimes if you do get into a relationship with someone, it's not really a relationship because there's no element of I'm gonna get married to you one day, or I really love you and I want something more. You know, there's none of that. There's no planning. It's all just very YOLO. It's like, I'll see you once a week. We'll hang out. Right? It's kind of like what everything has turned into nowadays. And so there's a chaotic element to that. There is a chaotic element to that, and you don't see your way out of that. So let's move on to the future. In the future, we've got the Prince of Cups and we've got the 10 of Wands. And my, oh my, is this exciting and a little bit of a scary energy. And I'll tell you why. The Prince of Cups is definitely someone that you want around. Why? Because this is the beginnings of love, right? This is the person that is in love with you. They look at you and they say, wow, I love you so much. Wow, you are so magnificent, right? I want to be around you all the time. The problem with the Prince of Cups is that there's a fickleness to him. The Prince of Cups is a part of the same culture that you are dreading. And so the Prince of Cups sometimes is led astray. And there's going to have to be a changing of the mind. There's going to have to be a striving and an effort that you need to put into this relationship in order to get this prince to fully commit. Why? Well, you got the 10 of Wands, right? 10 of Wands is the soldier, the warrior. This is the worker who's putting the finishing touches on a pyramid. And we all know just how beautiful and, my goodness, just how epic the pyramids are, right? The scientists today still can't explain how they did it. That's how epic the pyramids are, right? So what that tells you is that within tradition, within old ways of thinking, there is power, there's true mastery, there's a sense of long lasting, and that's what you want to tap into. You want to tap into the energy of putting the finishing touches on a pyramid and creating a pyramid that withstands the test of time, creating a pyramid that's so beautiful and epic that the whole world admires, which is what's going to be your relationship with this Prince of Cups. But you have to be aware of the fickleness of the Prince of Cups, right? You have to also be aware of the fickleness within you, but I don't feel like this is an element of you. This is an element of the person that you are going to be with. The Prince of Cups might be fickle, but remember one very important thing. This person that's coming to you, they are truly and genuinely in love with you. So how are you going to move in this space? I'm going to throw a tarot card that's going to give you a little bit of advice on how you should approach this Prince of Cups so that you can get them to the next stage, the next level. And I'm also going to tell you exactly how long, or within how many months you're going to meet this person. We'll do those two things. But yeah, the Prince of Cups and his fickleness is still offering you a full cup. Okay? They love you. They care about you. Puppy dog love all the way. I want to be around you. Kisses, butterfly kisses, right? It's beautiful energy, gorgeous energy. You got to deal with the fickleness, right? When that butterfly, because the thing with the Prince of Cups is they're constantly searching for the butterfly energy. They're constantly searching for that newness and love. Now, it's not predatory. If it would have been predatory, he would have been reversed. But the Prince is not showing up reversed. He's showing up upright. So there's purity, there's beauty, yes, all those gorgeous things. You're going to have to make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. You have to put in the work. You can't just be like these people that find someone and then they gain like 50 pounds, right? Can't be that person. You have to keep this relationship alive. You have to keep it new. You have to keep it fresh. You have to do the things that you've always done. And when you feel like there's something like really going on, you have to take a trip somewhere, right? You have to go and have an experience with this person, right? When you feel like you've become too comfortable, you have to get uncomfortable, and you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the only way. Even in a future setting here, you're getting advice from Spirit. Very good advice, if I may say so myself. Very, very good advice from Spirit here. All right? All right, group number 4. I had to shut the camera off and replace the battery. So, sorry about that. But we're just going to go ahead and jump right into this. We've already talked about the past, present, future. We are going to move on to more of an advice, right? We're going to see exactly what the advice is for you. We know of the Prince of Cups. We know exactly what this prince is offering. We know of the fickleness and the hard work that's going to be required to kind of steer this relationship in the right direction. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what needs to happen. Advice. We've got the Page of Swords, and it's this page is being represented by a young person. When it comes to love, we have immature relationship style. When it comes to money, we have projects, study details. So you have to have a lot of conversations with this person about the culture that you find yourself in. Hookup culture, right? The things that you really don't like. When you have this person in this kind of, Prince of Cups energy, early on when they're completely in love, you're completely in love with them, that's when you have to talk about all of these things, right? Not when that magic, not when those butterflies start leaving, because let's be honest, the butterflies, it's a momentary thing, then you move on. The Prince of Cups loves to be in that butterfly energy. So, in order for you to be able to have this long-lasting relationship, you have to talk about the immaturity of our time when it comes to relationships. When it comes to relationship style, you have to talk about what you really want, what you would really like to see. Don't get too deeply into your future and what you plan, because you're going to get you're just going to be essentially getting in the way of having fun and in the moment. Sometimes it's good to have a little fun and start criticizing other couples and relationships just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. And what I mean by that is hookup culture. What I mean by that is this predatory culture. Talk about that, what you don't like about it. Talk about what you would like to see change energetically in the world. And this person, it's almost like you are adding to their knowledge base. It's like, you're kind of programming them, right? And programming them in the way where they're going to fully understand what you want, and they're going to be able to offer you what you want. Once the Prince of Cups gets through that butterfly phase, they'll be able to fully understand what you want and respect you for it. And it'll have a longer lasting effect, right? Talk about projects, do things together as far as studying new things, taking classes together, things that further your knowledge base. These are things that you should do. These are activities that would be very well with this Prince of Cups. Talk about relationships and what makes relationships strong. Heck, if you guys can go to like talks about relationships and marriage, these are all cool things to do, right? Just don't do that too much, because it could get in the way of the fun, right? You need to have that fun at the beginning. If not, then it's just gonna get too boring, and the element of fun must always be a part of it. So that is the advice that I'm getting here from Spirit. Now we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna go ahead and see exactly who this prince is through the archetype cards. We're going to throw 4 archetype cards, and we're going to try and get a sense of who they are energetically, what moves them, what drives them. And let's take a look and see. There's going to be both a light and a shadow attribute to these cards. First, we've got the Midas. This person has the Midas touch. We've got the Fool showing up. Okay. We've got the Queen showing up. Oh, this person is a very high value person. This is interesting. Oh, and the Child. Oh boy. Out of the 4 groups, this is the best combination of archetypes that I'm seeing. Wow. Okay. I like this. This is a person that you definitely want to invest a lot of time and energy in, okay? You don't want to let this person go, which is why you've got the 10 of Wands, okay? And I think that one of the reasons why you've got the 10 of Wands is because this is a very high value individual, very high value. These archetypes scream value. Number 1, we've got the Midas touch. This is, in its light attributes, this is entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. You are going to meet someone that has the ability to literally turn anything they touch into gold. Now, obviously, that's not literal, but it kind of is. Because if you think about it, what this card is essentially telling you is that this person, whatever it is that they engage with, they find success doing. So if they start a business, it's going to be a successful business. They start a relationship, it's going to be a successful relationship. Okay? They know exactly what needs to happen. And here's the thing. Now I'm kind of getting a different sense. Now that we threw these archetype cards, I'm getting just a little bit of a different sense to what this 10 of Wands energy means. This person is going to test you. Okay? This person is not just there to entertain you and just experience the moment. No. There's gonna be movement. There's gonna be a lot of energy expounded, because this person is a go-getter. This is the kind of person, this is kind of energy that's out here trying to be successful in every possible way. Think of someone that is more of an angel investor, a serial entrepreneur, someone who starts businesses, sees them for what they are. If the business has potential, they keep working at it. And, I feel like this is the kind of person who is incredibly high value. And in order to be to sustain that level of high value, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the dedication. This isn't the kind of person that gets into a relationship and gains weight, right? Because now they're comfortable. There's no such thing, right? Think of a person who, think of a relationship with this person as, hey, we're going to go work out at 6 a.m. You ready? Yeah, that's the kind of energy that this person is putting off, right? So be ready for it. We've got the Fool showing up here, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. The shadow element to this is using humor to wound rather than to liberate, denial of their emotional truth. So this person is very funny, okay? Not only is this person very successful in business, but they can make you laugh. They're extremely, extremely comical. All right. There's a fearlessness to them when it comes to revealing the truths in society, to finding that comedic element in everything, in the darkness, right? Now, obviously with the shadow attributes, and these are areas that you should be aware of. If you see it, just know that this is a shadow of theirs, and potentially it's something that even you can ease or help, right? Sometimes they use their humor to hurt people, to bring the worst out of people, especially their competition, right? Now, we move on to the energy of a queen. My goodness, the queen radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. I mean, come on. Holy crap, right? This person is very gender fluid, okay? Not only are they gender fluid, but they understand the power of a woman, you know? We live in a culture that doesn't value women all that much. And the reason why is because a woman's strength isn't as visible as a man's strength. You know, a man, okay, he's strong, he can do all these things physically. But the strength of a woman is found deep within. And so this person understands that. You know, think of giving birth, right? Let's just think about that for a moment and hear me out. If Spirit of God was to come down and tell the men, hey men, it's your turn to have children now. You're going to have to give birth. This baby is going to just rip through all of you, and it's going to come out through you know where. And yeah, it's going to be extremely painful. Very painful. Guess what? There's going to be a crisis on our hands because there's not going to be any more babies. Men do not possess the internal strength that a woman does. And so this person understands this. They understand the power that you have. They understand what you bring to the table, and they value that, right? Which is something that you're not going to see a lot nowadays. This person understands that. Now, there is a shadow element to them, becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding, right? So there's a sense of arrogance to them. They are people who are very smart. This is the kind of person that knows what needs to happen in a business and how a business needs to be ran. They know what needs to happen in a relationship and how a relationship should be ran. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of shifting my perspective of this hard work and what needs to happen. Obviously, you have to put in the hard work, but my goodness, you know, for a lot of you, this hard work is keeping up with him, right? Or them or her or whatever. Keeping up with them, right? Because they're that kind of energy. They're the kind of energy that just moves forward, has very good ideas, you know, radiates a regalness, radiates just authority. You know, there's a sense of benevolence to this person. My goodness, right? So interesting archetype. And then finally we have the child nature. This is a very beautiful card because in all of their value and all of their ability, there is a tenderness to them. Okay, we have here friendships with animals, communication with animal spirits or nature spirits. You know, this person is spiritual, right? Now, many times what we see in people is a lack of spirituality because we have the wrong understanding of what spirituality is. And so I feel like spirituality is the understanding that every being and every item that you touch is divine in nature. And so when you say, I love you, and you truly mean that, you are connecting with spirit. You are connecting with a divine source. And so you are spiritual. Just by acknowledging the fact that you have love in your heart, which is self-sacrificing, you are connecting with the divine. You are in that moment as close to spirit as you possibly can be. And so the fact that this person is coming to us as the Prince of Cups, you know, tells me that they understand this. And so there is a spiritual element, and it radiates out of them. You know, we have here friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. There is a shadow element to this, right? And the shadow is a tendency to abuse people and the environment. And so what happens here is that this person might simply forget to do things for the environment because they're too focused on their career pursuits, or they're too focused on money. They're too focused on getting ahead in this capitalistic system. They know their power. They know they have the Midas touch and the miser, and so they want to move forward and be successful, right? Because that's what the culture demands. And so even though they have all this love for animals and nature spirits, sometimes, you know, in their pursuit of excellence, they forget and they end up hurting those things that they seek to protect and love. So I think, you know, for that, it's up to you, right? We have 10 of Wands energy. It's up to you to remind them of who they are, of their love and care for the things around them. There's value in that. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to throw 2 more cards from the Moonology Oracle. And this isn't going to be, these Moonology cards aren't for, speaking about this person at all. And they were just going to focus on you. Like, what is the energy that would be best for you to attract right now? What advice the Spirit have for you? Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so we've got 1. Let's throw 1 more. We've got 2. All right, so let's take a look at these cards. The first one out says to you, New Moon in Cancer, relax. It is time for you to relax. This message is especially powerful for all the Cancers out there, but relax at this time. And then leave the past behind. Wow. This is a confirmation, right, of what we've been talking about, of everything that we've discussed. It seems like you're moving into this energy far quicker than we thought with the Prince of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Oh, by the way, completely forgot to do the timeline, and I think that was on purpose. Look at this, because now we know, leave the past behind. So we know right now that you're moving into this energy with this Prince of Cups fairly quickly, but let's see exactly just how quick. Like, when is this going to happen? Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to throw 3 cards, and I'm going to see exactly how long this is going to take. All right, so for some of you, and I think it's for most of you because this was the first card out, it's going to be within 6 months that you're going to move into this energy. Within 6 months, so it could be less than 6 months. For others, it's going to be closer to 11 months, a year, to 15 months. So, it could even be, a year and a half for some of you. But for others, within 6 months, you're going to move into this new relationship. Now, the reason why there's so many different timelines, and the reason why you're being told to leave the past behind, is because, energetically, it's going to take you a little bit of time to find your way out of the moon reverse that you are in right now, that darkness that you're in. And it feels like a lot of you are going through a bit of a situation where you feel bound. Mentally you're bound, and even physically, it's like you're in a place where things need to shift and change in order for you to get to this person, right? And it's not just mental or emotional, it's like physical, right? There's a physical element to that. And so there's different timelines there, from 6 months, less than 6 months, to possibly a year and a half, right? For you to meet that Prince of Cups. All right, so that is what I see here, group number 4. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a like. Comment down below. I want to hear from you. I want to know exactly what you thought about this reading. Thank you once again.